We're joined by Laura Lindsay, travel trends and destinations expert at Skyscanner. Good morning to you, Laura.
Morning, Beau.
Skyscanner's travel trends report was done in conjunction with OnePoll, who independently surveyed 1,000 Canadians how important travel is to us Canadians as Canadians in 2024. Given the pinch we are all feeling financially, how important is it? What have you discovered?
So it's been really interesting to find out that Canadians really put value at the top of their list when making travel decisions. So 85% of Canadians caring most about affordability. But surprisingly, only 2 out of 5 Canadians currently compare the price of their flights. So they're really missing out on the opportunity to find some great deals.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love bang for my buck. There's so many places to see in the world, and if you don't plan accordingly, you might miss out on being able to afford them. Can you give me a feel for some of the best value for vacationers in terms of travel trends in 2024?
Absolutely. So we've been looking in the data behind the scenes and finding the destinations with the biggest price drops. And that will give Canadians the biggest bang for their buck when looking for travel next year. So topping that list is San Juan in Puerto Rico, which is over 30% cheaper than it was last year. Similarly, some popular spots that are on many travelers' wish lists. San Diego, for example, Cabo, both 20% down from last year. And some really nice, unusual spots that people should be looking out for and reconsidering for next year too. So Orgenstad, for example, in Aruba could be a great spot for next year's trip.
Yeah, and I have been there. It is incredible. A number of these have been on your list, a number I haven't. So it's nice to see that there are some deals out there. But how can Canadians who want to travel, maybe some of those on the list, ensure that they do get the best deal for travel next year?
So top tip, flexibility. If you can be flexible about where you're traveling or the dates that you're traveling, or even perhaps how you're traveling, so which airport you depart from or which airline you travel with, being flexible on any one of those 3 options will make your trip significantly cheaper.
I have followed that tip before. Yeah, sometimes just moving the day, a day or two, and destination. A lot of people also use loyalty points. It's been such a big trend in the last decades, I suppose. When they're comparing, I guess they can still hold on to those loyalty points?
Absolutely. So we know that loyalty points are really important to people, but our recommendation is to always compare prices first. Then if you find that the airline you collect loyalty points with is the cheapest or the best option for you, then continue to click through, book with that airline, and you'll retain those loyalty points. But you might also find that there's a significantly cheaper option, and that airline could also be part of the same group. So you may still be able to get loyalty points.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sometimes we get stuck in a habit and just thinking the one way to do it is the best way, but you do have to think about comparing is the best way. Okay, just let me know anything else come out that kind of struck you in this report, interesting to share to our viewers.
Absolutely. I was really keen to share some of our fastest rising destinations. So these are destinations which people may have heard of, but probably aren't considering as their most popular options. But they are ones that we can guarantee will be trending next year, and we'd recommend that people get ahead before the demand reaches those locations. So Tokyo is really, really popular globally right now, and we'd recommend that Canadians, if they're considering visiting Japan, to look at both Tokyo and Osaka and book as early as possible. Similarly, the Turks and Caicos Islands are going to be really, really popular next year. So again, if you are considering getting away, have a look for those flights sooner rather than later.
That's absolutely brilliant, because I have friends who've been recently to Japan. They said it is a must in terms of the music scene and just the beauty. So I will definitely be taking notes. Skyscanner.ca, I believe, for more information. Thank you so much, Laura, for being with us this morning.
Thanks, Beau.